Okay, welcome to Onyx TV, and of course we'll be traveling the world looking at some great things to eat and drink. But first, let's start off with something that everyone knows and loves, and that is an omelet. So we have one of our chefs that's going to show us how it's done. Chef?
All right, first you want to do is aerate your eggs. You also season with a little salt and pepper. And you can tell the eggs have reached the peak of aeration once it starts to turn a little opaque and white compared to the bright, brilliant yellow that you'll normally get from the yolk. All right.
So getting some air into those eggs.
Okay.
And we're looking for that color change from that bright yellow to that opaque. We've got a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper right in here as we really get that air moving. Omelette 101.
And you see the suds coming in there?
Yep, we see the suds.
Getting the air in there. You can use a whisk, but old timers, you use a fork. All right. You got that part done?
Okay.
Now we can saute off our vegetables.
Okay.
So
now
we hold butter.
All right, so we have some butter. We'll move over to the pan. And what kind of heat is that, Chef?
That's at medium heat. You want to go slow because once you put the eggs in there, you're going to be pulling the eggs away from the pan, each little sheet. Omelets are made with sheets. It's not like making scrambled eggs. All right, but we're going to first start off with just sauteing off the veg.
And that's a little bit of onion.
And you want to get this until it gets the opaque color also. Not caramelizing it, but just enough the cooker to make them tender. So when you eat your omelet.
Okay, so once again, we're just getting these onions opaque. We're not caramelizing them or getting that brown color. We're just getting them a little bit see-through.
And this is aroma tomato. This is a little hardier than a regular beefsteak tomato, so you want to cook this a little bit to release the flavor and make them a little tender because they can be a little tough.
Okay, aroma tomato here for this omelet. Going to give that a little bit more cooking than your regular beefsteak tomato. I like that flipping technique, Chef, but you guys need to be careful when doing that. You'll end up throwing your ingredients all over your kitchen.
And this you just want to wilt the spinach. Just want to wilt it. And once it gets there, traditional French omelet, all the ingredients are laid in between the eggs. Most Americans will cook this and then throw the eggs in there and just push it aside. We're going to pull it off and then cook the egg and then put this right back in the center. Okay. All right?
All right, so again, what we're doing here is getting this omelet ready to go. We've aerated those eggs. We've sauteed off some spinach and some onions and some beefsteak tomato. Now we've freshened up our pan again, and it's time to add a little bit more butter. Again, we're still at medium heat. Want this whole process to go kind of slow. And here come the eggs. And that's 3 eggs in there that have been whipped up for this omelet. And now let's watch the technique as this omelet comes together.
The true to omelet, you see that layer? You pull it aside. Pull it aside. Let it go.
So each time the layer builds up, you pull it aside. You see getting that off the side of the pan there.
And you determine how dry you want your omelet to be. Just how many times you pull it aside.
Okay, so again, you determine how dry it is or how cooked you want those eggs by how many times you pull it aside. But this is really a great technique. You can see that omelet shape beginning to come together.
That's it. You can add your cheese to it now. Add your other ingredients back on there. There you go. voila. All right, here go your omelet.
Okay, now here comes the good part. Is we're gonna try to taste it. Fresh made omelet, fresh ingredients, nice and fluffy. Look at that great color inside of there. We fold that back, lift that up a little bit so you can see in there that steam coming out. And let's take a bite. Delicious, fresh, healthy, and there's your omelet.